Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip is about solving systems of equations with matrices. So this system of equations here could be solved by substitution, but we could also do it by matrices. If we create a matrix where we replace the coefficients of the W terms with these values on the right and calculate what we call a determinant. A determinant is shown by bars on either side of the matrix, and divide that by the determinant of the matrix created just by the coefficients of the variables. Well, let me show you what a determinant is. A determinant takes the upper left, multiplies by the lower right, in a 2 by 2 anyways, 2 by 2 matrix, and subtract the lower left times the upper right. I guess the order of multiplication isn't critical here. And so a matrix will do 4 times 3 minus 8 times 8. Anyways, if I go ahead and multiply and divide, and multiply, subtract, and then divide, that gives me the value of 5 for Windows, or W. And now, solving for R, I replace the values, the coefficients of R with the values on the right. And then the matrix for the determinant below in the denominator is just the coefficients of the variables. So I multiply 4 times 58 minus 8 times 68 divided by 4 times 3 minus 8 times 8. That tells me that R is 6. Now you're looking at that and saying, well, that's not any easier than solving by substitution. And you're right. But the nice thing about setting it up with matrices is we could ask a computer to solve it for us. And all we would have to do is put the values into the matrix. Well, we have a situation like that with Excel. We can create a matrix of just take these coefficients and then the term on the right, the constant term, and put them in like this. And then I could define this cell right here. Instead of typing in 60, I could say equals F1. And so whatever value was here will come in there. And I've set this little matrix up just by location. So the only things I have to type in is this initial 6 numbers. All these others are filled in by location. So it grabs them based on what is needed. And then the solution, once I type it in, all I would have to do is change these numbers for the next system of equations, and it would recalculate and have the answers automatically. Since this calculation is kind of small, I'll type it in again just so you can see it big. So I would take 68 times 3, but instead of doing 68 times 3, I'll say C4 times D5 minus C5 times D4. And you can see those boxes being highlighted as I put those in. And that's all going to be divided by C6 times D7 minus C7 times D6. So there are lots of opportunities for making a mistake, typing it in something long like that, but once you have it in, then it's fairly simple. And you can solve for R in a similar way. You just replace the coefficients of the R's terms with the constant terms and set it up very similar. So the calculations would be the same. If you're going to copy and paste, it will update the cell numbers for you. Anyways, once we have that done, we can change these values and it will recalculate. An example. So here's an example. On Monday, you wash 4 windows, vacuum 5 rooms, and get paid $37. On Tuesday, 8 windows, 2 rooms, $34. So let's put that in Excel. So 4 windows, 5 rooms, $37, and 8 to 34. So it has recalculated those values as $3 per window, $5 for a room. Okay, so down here it says the answers to those are 3 and 5. Anyways, it's fairly simple once you get it set up in Excel. It can take some time to get it set up, but I'd like you to be able to solve some of these with using matrices. Solving systems of equations with matrices.